Alright, so we're running a little low on some groceries, and before this gets really out of hand and our movement is limited even more, I'm gonna go and get some groceries. I know the grocery stores have been out of a lot of stuff lately, so might have to go to a couple places, but hopefully we can get what we need. Alright, so just about what I expected. Most of the stuff was already gone from the grocery store. It is Sunday morning, so a lot of people probably cleaned it out yesterday and Friday evening, but I figured they would have restocked a lot of things Saturday night into Sunday morning. There were still quite a few things, but the beef and the chicken were completely wiped out. Absolutely no toilet paper or paper towels, and we only have 3 rolls of toilet paper left, so we do need a little bit of toilet paper. I'm gonna make another stop, probably not bring the camera back in, because after I brought it back out, I got paranoid and had to disinfect it and wipe it down, and I don't feel like doing that again. Hopefully the next stop has some chicken and beef. If not, that's alright, we've got a lot of other things, but it would be nice to have that. Let's keep it moving. The second grocery store I went to, a small organic market nearby, had basically everything that we needed. They had tons of meat, tons of chicken, as if chicken wasn't meat, tons of beef, tons of chicken. They actually had quite a bit of toilet paper, but it probably will be gone in the next hour or so. Luckily, I went out earlier in the day. If I'd gone out later, it probably wouldn't be there. One thing they didn't have was any kind of frozen vegetables, though. At the main grocery store that I stopped at, they had some vegetables, but not really that many. I'd say probably 70% of it was wiped out. But at the organic market, no vegetables at all. Fresh vegetables, yes, but frozen vegetables, no. Which I guess is good, because you could stop and run in and get some vegetables if you need it, just not the frozen vegetables. Alright, so day 4 of social distancing is done, being home. Even though today I did go out this morning after picking up Arnie from the hospital and bringing her back home. Went to the grocery store just to restock some things that we were low on. Now bringing the food back into the house. Now I'm super paranoid already because my wife has asthma and she's a nurse at the hospital nearby. So I feel like I have to take extra precautions to not only keep her safe, but in doing that, keep other patients safe that she's gonna go on a daily basis when she goes to work and interact with those people. So I just feel like I have extra responsibility to be safe and to be sanitary in everything that I do and everything that I bring in. So upon bringing all the groceries in, I felt like it was necessary to wipe them down with a little sanitary cloth. So I wiped down every single grocery item that we brought back and made sure that it was clean. And that took a long time. But eventually, once it was done, I felt really good about it and I could breathe easy, knowing that Arnie wasn't gonna come back and maybe touch a can of coconut milk that somebody else had touched right before I took it in the store. A crazy extra measure, but I'd rather be safe than sorry at this point. After getting back home, I did a short home workout session, which actually ended up working out pretty well. I just used this bench I'm sitting on right now, actually, which is typically over at our front door, and a 5-gallon water jug that we fill up to refill the container that is in our fridge. One thing I did was I used the 5-gallon jug almost as a kettlebell squat tool. So I would just hold the 5-gallon jug between my legs and squat like a kettlebell. And that worked really well. I also did some lunges. The weighted lunges, I was holding it over my head, so it was very unstable. I don't know if I would recommend doing that. It might be a little unsafe. Then I just did some traditional push-ups, some narrow push-ups, some wider push-ups, and almost like a downward dog push-up to where it kind of works out your upper back and your shoulders a little more. Form, probably not the best on that. Don't use me as an example for that. Look up somebody who maybe is a professional, consult their technique. I also did single arm bent over rows. That was pretty easy, a good workout also. And for just a simple bench press, which actually worked pretty well. It wasn't a ton of weight, but since it's water and it's shaking around as you're going up and down, you have to use extra muscles to stabilize it while it's moving. So the stability that you're required to implement while you're working out adds extra tension, adds extra strain, adds extra workout. So being able to pull that off here at the house was awesome. I maybe did a few sit-ups around those workouts, and that's about it. After that, I read for about an hour and felt pretty wiped, so I had a snack and took a nap on the couch, like a 15-minute power nap. Then I just edited some videos, caught up with some of the news online. I also made dinner so that Arnie had something to eat before she went back to work, because she basically only has time to wake up and then get herself ready and then go back to work on these back-to-back days that she's at the hospital. So I made some chicken thighs, green beans, and Brussels sprouts, and sweet potato french fries, and we had that for dinner. And then I took her to work and I came back here and just been editing some videos in the meantime, and that's been the whole night basically. As far as the news goes, there are a lot more cases coming out of Italy at this point. The highest number of deaths recorded over a 24-hour period over this past day just happened in Italy. So it's ramping up still in Europe, and it seems like we're just seeing the beginnings of it here. Hopefully we're implementing enough social distancing and precautionary measures ahead of time to really blunt that impact. We can all just do our part by just distancing ourselves from others, being sanitary while we're out and about, and then being sanitary once you get into your house so you don't bring anything in. For now, that's it. I'm gonna get some rest. I hope you do too. Talk to you later.